So today I'm going to be telling you all how I annotate. I do have an annotating video like already up, but it's unlisted. You can find it in like one of my playlists. I don't think you want to watch it. I cannot edit, but clearly I had iMovie in for what? Like all my ums and uhs were still in it, my long awkward pauses. It's like, girl, what did you edit? Like, it's like I filmed the video and then uploaded it and didn't even bother to edit like a single thing. How I started annotating. I started annotating because me and my sister used to share the To All the Boys I Loved Before. It's my all-time favorite trilogy. I reread it twice a year, and so me and my sister used to share her copy, and so we would highlight pink for love, yellow for quotes, and then orange for funny, I think, and we just had like themed highlighters on that. And it was just so fun, like when we would do rereads, because like she would read it and then I would read it, and then we would go through it and be like, oh, did you highlight this, like, you know. And I just love that. And then when I went to high school, we used to do talk to the text a lot. Like, it was something that our teachers really wanted to engrave in us, so it's why it's easy for me to write in my books. And I love writing in my books because my teachers always taught me to literally write my thoughts. They would give us an article and be like, oh, you have an opinion, write it next to the text. That's why for me it's so much more easier for me to write in my books. And then when I found BookTube, I found Naya Reason Smiles, and she had a video on how she annotates, and she showed this article on why it's important to annotate. I didn't know annotating was like a thing on BookTube until then, so then I got me my own tabs, and I got me specific highlighters, and I got me like a pen. I only annotate rereads, by the way. What I usually keep a jar, and I have these regular everyday highlighters that I probably got from Amazon, to be honest, or a dollar store, and then I got these pens that I also got from Amazon. Also use these. My favorite ones out of these packs used to be the square ones, but I actually really like the pointer ones because I can point exactly what I want. So I buy this is only my third time buying these packs because I don't annotate a lot, and then usually when I buy these I give the square ones to my sisters, like maybe like 2 or 3, and then I keep the rest for my own. But this is only my third pack of annotating, and I've been annotating for about 2 or 3 years now. Like, I really don't use them that much. I mostly only tab rereads. I usually only do that because 90% of the time, like, I'm not gonna always like the book that I read, so I want to be able to give it away. And even in series, I learned to just, I don't know what it is about me, but whenever I annotate a book, I do not like that book. Like, I don't know what it is, which is why I started using sticky notes. So a big example would be Chain of Gold. When Chain of Gold came out this year, I started really writing sticky notes in my books. I would just write my opinion on it and just stick it on the page because I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. Same with Crescent City. I just wrote my opinions on the sticky note and then stuck it in there. And then when I reread it, I'm just gonna write on the pages but leave the sticky notes in there. So like every time I reread it, I'll have the sticky note to look at and my annotations. And also when I annotate, usually the amount of times I reread, so like my first reread is black pen, my second reread is blue pen, and my third reread is pencil. And I usually don't really read more than that. And like going through your rereads and your annotations that you already had and adding more onto it, it's just my favorite thing, especially because like what To All the Boys I Loved Before, like I'll be like, damn, I was so funny, and like I'll, you know, reply to myself and stuff like that. And I just can't tab books that I haven't read before because whenever I do, I don't end up liking the book. Like for instance, the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, I love the first 2 books. The second book specifically, I was in love with the second book. It's my favorite book in the entire series. Then I read the third book and I was like, well, let me annotate it since I love the second book so much. I've already read it too, like what could possibly go wrong? A lot were wrong. It's actually one of my least favorite books, and I want to unhaul the series after reading it because I just did not like the third book at all. So now I'm going to show you books I've annotated. Each book that I annotate, like my annotatings don't have a specific annotating system, so I'm just going to show you like what each book I have. So these are all the books that I have annotated, plus the Folk of the Air series here, but I'm not going to show y'all that because I don't want to mess up the aesthetic. So I have The Poppy War. Pink was for romance, orange was for funny, yellow was for quotes, green was for bromance, blue was for Altane because he's my favorite character, purple was for friendship, well darker purple was for friendship, and lighter purple was Rin being a badass. But I actually ended up changing the friendship tab and the romance tab in here because I confused myself. And then I have also done Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I keep a piece of paper for what I use for when I'm reading it, and then I also put it on the inside here. And I do that because I watched Brittany the bibliophile in hers, and she said that once, so I've done it ever since. So pink is for love, pink is for love, orange is for relatable, yellow is for quotes, green is for funny, blue is for Darlington, and purple is for world building. So typically when I annotate, pink is always for love, orange is always for relatable, yellow is always for quotes, green is always for funny, and then blue is always for my favorite male character. And then I always use lighter purple for my favorite female character. The Unhoneymooners, which is my first and only adult romance that I've ever annotated. And as you guys can see with all my annotations, that I love to keep my tabs very small. Like, I like to have them so like if I hold the book like this, you can't see it, just because of how they go inside my shelf, and like how I have certain books that sit out like this. So if I have it annotated, I don't want the other books to ruin the tabs, so I have them really close. I had pink for romance, orange for relatable, yellow for quotes, green for funny, blue for family, purple for annoyed, and light purple for intimate, which low-key isn't a lot of light purple in here. I think I only have like 2 light purple tabs. This is so floppy. And then I have my To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy, and for this one I also do playlists because this is a romance, this is a contemporary. Then I have To All the Boys I Loved Before. Each book has a different tabbing system also. So pink means love, orange means relatable, yellow means quotes, green means favorite part, blue means Peter Kavinsky, and purple means family and relationship, platonic. And then I also have written at the bottom, blue pen means that I reread January 2020. And then the playlist, so the playlist is very corny, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to keep it like on my pop girl, like, you know. So I have Wild Heart by the Vamps. If any of you know who the Vamps are, you're awesome. Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes. Take Me by Ali and AJ. If you know Ali and AJ's newer music, once again, you're awesome. She's So Perfect by Five Sauce, Jealous by Nick Jonas, and Wild by Troye Sivan. So, and that's all the tabs for this. And then this one is P.S. I Still Love You. And this one has a different tabbing system. So we have pink for love, orange for relatable, yellow for quotes, green for favorite, blue for Peter, dark purple for platonic relationships, and then the purple at the bottom I didn't write on here, but this is for the game of Assassin because that is my favorite part of this entire book, and it's the only reason why I reread it. So for this one, pink means love, orange means relatable, yellow means quotes, green means favorite, blue means Peter K, and purple means platonic relationship. And then I have The Hate You Give, and for this one, oh, on it, I put a sticky note in here. So for this one I have yellow for quotes, purple for funny, pink for Chris's star, orange for powerful, green for relatable, and blue for Khalil. So this one was when I was like, this is my very first book I've ever annotated. So this one is like, well, this is my very first book I've ever officially annotated with like quotes and underlining and highlighting, because usually, like I said earlier, with To All the Boys I Loved Before, with me and my sister would just highlight and go on about our day. But now I like to make sure I annotate and write my feelings down and stuff like that. And then I also have my annotations for The Cool Prince, which honestly it's nothing different. It's, you know, the same, relatable, funny. I have one for when Taryn is annoying me, and then I have one for Carden. Also, I really like to draw and doodle in my books. So for The Cruel Prince, I did blackout poetry, but that's because I have 2 copies, so I really don't care that like one is like ruined because I have 2 copies. So I did blackout poetry, I colored the map, I colored the little headers on it. For Crescent City, I did little doodles on the sticky notes. For Simon vs. the Whole and Sapiens and Janelle, I also have that annotated, but it's not tabbed yet because I haven't really got to my reread of it. But even for that one, I doodle in it. Like, I really love like drawing and stuff. And eventually I want to get stickers to put in my books. I really want to change my annotating, not completely but a lot. So hopefully next year you have an updated annotating video. I hope that you like this video. Please comment down below. I also have a series of how I annotated, so if you guys would like me to continue the how I annotated series, you should definitely check it out. I'll leave the first video down below. The video actually did pretty good, so I think I'll continue on doing that. So if you want to know how I annotated, please let me know. If you want to know specifically how I annotated any of these books, let me know. Like I said, I only reread my favorites and things that I really love. If you have watched the end, you can leave down the stack of books emoji, and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if it was helpful, like, comment, and subscribe, and then I'll see you guys soon. So today I'm going to be redoing that video, especially because I feel like I have one package? Just one?
Yeah, Ariana.
Thanks.
You're gonna edit that up later. I'm just gonna wait if you don't.
What if I just left it in there? Then what was you gonna do?
Hi.
Are you gonna come read with me later? Yeah.
Sure.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I have stuff to do.
You're supposed to do a sprint with us and you just left.
That's because I have no excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too hot up here. That's my excuse.
I have a fan. And I don't even have it pointed towards me. So you could point it towards you.
Okay. No.
So now we'll
See, now, she's gonna edit this out, but
I'm not gonna edit it out. So you're gonna embarrass yourself. So,
you know, when I call you out.
when I call you, I've already called you out. What would you call me out for?
Okay. You know what, man? Go find your little boyfriend.
Anyways, child. Anyways, so.